Hey you guys, how are y'all? It is Wednesday. It is the last live that I'm going to be doing. So I'm so happy that I actually have finished it. Yeah, it's been a little crazy. I actually was really close to not going live today. I think I told y'all that the last live that I did, and I was like, my days just get a little wild. And then I'm just like, I don't know if I can make it. Yeah, we were just out doing some more back to school shopping. Oh my goodness. I feel like it doesn't end whenever we're going back to school, but it is what it is. I mean, I can't do everything in one day. It's so overwhelming. And I already know it's going to take me a couple hours to do whatever that task at hand is for back to school. So we did all the essential things like, the like the stationary type things, you know what I mean? So we did that one day. Today was clothes. But honestly, like the size that the kids are in, like I'm like, okay, we don't even have like all the sizes they need. So I'm going to have to do some things online too. Anyways, it's wild. And then I'm in the middle of laundry. So I'm like, I really need to finish laundry. But I actually need to put something on my face today because I have some other content things I need to do, and I have a meeting at 5. So I just want to be together. So I was like, yes, I'm going to come. I'm going to still hang out with you. But I really am glad that I did the live series. Honestly, I don't really know if I'll do it again anytime soon. But it was fun. It has been a good time. It is good for me to talk about my brand in this way, being live and hanging out with you guys. So I do love that. Skin is clean. Everything's clean. I actually look really washed out on this camera versus in real life. So it's kind of weird, but I do have some color to my skin, which is good. I'm going to do my fake tanner on Friday night, I think, and wash it off Saturday. So that's the plan. I'm going to just, let's see, do a little bit of like a summer face, I like that. Nothing too heavy, and with that being said, though, even if I do a little bit of something on my face, I still like to do a primer. So I am going to go in with my primer. And this is just POV primer. If you haven't seen that brand, definitely look them up. I'm not going to do my brows. I normally don't do my brows whenever I'm trying to not do much to my face. I just want coverage and color. That's really the goal. So, anyway, so I do want to talk to y'all about, I did title this while I started this brand. So I am going to talk about that and just do my face with you guys. Okay, so we're going to do a lighter concealer that is a little bit lighter than my skin complexion, and then one that matches my skin tone. So always do 2. You know what I meant to do the other day is to find where I put my hand fan. I don't know where I put it. I think I said that before to you guys. I don't know where it is. Okay, so I just do like a neutral color that just matches my complexion. And then I also need to take something on my baby hairs. Y'all know that's a lot because they are very unruly up in here. Okay. And something is right there. What got in my hair? I don't know. Okay. And then I'm going to do my nails, I guess Friday too. I'm probably going to do a whole self-care like later Friday. And I need to redo my gel on my toes. And I just want to do a whole self-care Friday. That's going to be really fun. Yeah, I was trying to process that today. And I'm like, when am I going to do that? When am I going to fit that in for my life? Because it kind of needs to happen sooner than later. Because, your nails start to get to a point where they're just like, okay, it's time. These press-on nails from Glamnetics last me, though, weeks. And that makes me so happy because I don't want to be fixing my nails all the time. I only lost one right here on my pinky, and I didn't even lose it. I still have it. I glued it back on. It didn't really stay. but only one came off, and it's because I did something to my hand, like when I grabbed the door and like my pinky caught or something, and it just like it popped it. So my nail was actually really long under there. So that was disappointing, but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, I need to just redo my nails. They're not like ready to come off, I don't think. So I think Friday they'll be probably ready to move because today's already Wednesday. So I think Friday will be a really good day. So I have like a whole nail process that I use to do that. Okay, I'm just going to use a blender and blend this in and then chat about why I started this brand. So for years in the industry of beauty, I have always led with who I am. It's never been, you know, sometimes you can have a company and a business and no one knows the owner. You know what I mean? Like no one actually knows who founded it or started it. And if they do, it's like their plaque is on the wall, but you don't really see them type thing. I've always been the person that I am the main voice of everything. And when I was building I was building a whole customer database, honestly, is what it came from through cosmetics. But all my customers shopped with me. I mean, they could have shopped with anybody and bought, you know, the product that I offered, but they shopped with me for whatever the reason was, right? They either liked me or they knew me or, you know, it was some type of connection, right? And I just really had some really good customers. And so for many, many years, when you are dealing with the public, when it comes to women being vulnerable with you, when it comes to cosmetics, they would tell me all types of stuff. And so, you know, what they struggled with. I mean, yes, life stuff, but I mean, I'm talking beauty. That's all I'm talking about right now. And it got to a place where I started getting really creative with things that they would talk to me about. And they wanted like different things. They just didn't want to buy their makeup from me. They wanted me to now do their makeup. They wanted me to just send them fun products in the mail. Can I like pay you and do like some type of subscription with you? And you just send me fun products, you know, and maybe add some other fun stuff in the box. So like I was doing all types of creative stuff, and it came because this is what happens to brands. They start something because of their idea or what have you, but then it evolves into something bigger because of a need that's out there. And so then you are able to support the need. And so you do that. So that's kind of what was happening. And so for years I was doing that. And that's how I built a really strong brand online and business online, is because, and not even just online. I mean, I was doing stuff in my local community too, which was really cool to get to know more people that lived in my area. But then it became a thing where I was getting a lot of pushback, and not just pushback from the company that I represented and who I was working with, but pushback from just people in the community too, that didn't understand what I was doing and how I was doing it. When it comes to, as a makeup artist, I don't just now sell a product. I am also a makeup artist. I don't just use my makeup artistry to do cosmetics for different special events. Now I have people that actually just want to buy fun makeup from me and do a subscription and do all these fun boxes. And like, it just turned into more than just like, I'm going to sell you a product. And so that was going on. And so people really didn't like it. Not my customers, but just other people in the community and then the company that I represented. But you have to remember, I am the face of all of it. So if I stop doing what I'm doing and move to something else, you know, that's what happens. Your people just like, they go, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to offer now? There has to be a reason. I want to support that. So, you know, 2020 happened and everything kind of got a little bit like shooken up, right? So I didn't know how I was going to now continue doing what I did with cosmetics just online. It was really confusing how I was still going to be able to have the same results and the outcome that I was having in person with my clients, because I'm used to like touch, feel, see with my clients type thing, right? And I get paid off my service, or, me giving you a product or what have you. So I was like, how am I going to do this? So I started using social media and leveraging in that way of just like more education around beauty. And if you're just tuning in to this live because you're just watching it or whatever, I'm talking about how I started the brand, my personal brand, my, LYK Buttah brand. And I was like, okay. So anyways, that happened. I was just figuring out how I was going to do it online. So I decided more education around beauty was definitely something that needed to happen with my community. It definitely would be good to happen and needed to happen in other aspects online, but definitely the women that I knew really seeked help. And so I was like, okay, so I'm going to create content. And I'd never really thought about it as like content. I just thought about it as like videos. I'm going to make a video about it. But what I was doing was making content around that, right? That could support and be there like an evergreen product. And so what was happening, I was creating a video, it was teaching them something. So I was solving a problem. And then from that, they wanted to purchase a product. So I was like, oh my gosh, so a couple months of doing that, not even that, weeks of doing that, like short term, I was like, whoa, we're really getting somewhere with this. And women really loved it. So I was like, I don't think I have to go back to doing what I was doing previously. I was actually doing better. And I was still able to be a mom, be home. Not that working outside of the home kept me from being a mom, but I need to brush my hair. It limited me to what I was able to do. And I felt very frustrated because I was like, okay, I have to hire a babysitter. Somebody's got to watch my kids while I go do this event or whatever. And now I was like, oh, I'm getting better results, if not same results, but I'm at home. That's cool. So anyways, that's kind of what was happening. And yeah, it was great. So anyways, when the end of 2020 came around, I went back to my studio. Had a studio for many years, but 5 years by myself. And I went back in and I decided I wasn't going to have customers in like I did before. It was going to be kind of different. And then that's when I came back and I was like, you know what? I think I want to do something different in the same field, but something different. And yeah, that's what it was. And I was like, I want to try different cosmetics. I don't want to just use a certain brand in one brand and be limited. I want to kind of expand, right? And so I went into Sephora and Ulta for the first time, and I felt like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So that was back in 21, the beginning of 21, I did that. And that's when everything changed for me. I was like, I think that I need to, because remember, I was getting all this pushback. So it was like, you can't do this, but you can do this. You can't do this, but you can do this. So because of the online presence and how I was growing online and having success, I was getting a lot of whoa, 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 what are you doing? You can't be doing that. And so I was being told, if you do this, this is the consequence. So things were being stripped away from me. And I was like, what the heck? I was like, I am doing better than I was. Sales are still coming in. Team is still growing and excelling. I was hitting all these different, things that I wanted to do, needed to do in order to move and make more. But I was being told, but you can't do it that way. And I was like, yeah, you're so extra right now. If y'all were on my live the other day, somebody got on and they needed help with a leather outfit. Now, Olivia's in the comments talking about she needs help with a leather outfit. She doing the most. I'm about to have PTSD. Gotta go. In the live, I got so sidetracked. I'll read the comments as they're coming through. And then I cannot think about the next sentence that I was going to form. I'm like, I don't even know what's happening. So y'all sometimes throw me off. That really was wild. I don't even know who that person was. I'm like, who are you? What's happening? So that happened. And you can imagine if you're at any type of job and you're doing really well with your job, let's just say you're at a job and you're doing the same thing for years and you're not getting anywhere further. You're hitting your numbers barely, but you're doing okay. Things are happening. It's whatever. But then you change it up a little bit. You do something outside of the box. And now you're like, oh, I'm doing much better. I'm still following all the rules of what I need to do, but I'm doing it in a different way. People don't like it. People don't like it. People don't like it at all. So that's what happened. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be working for this company and promoting what they do using my face and my voice, but really I'm building my own brand. Didn't really know what was happening. I didn't know that at the time. And I was like, I don't even think I can do this anymore. Like, I think I can still do cosmetics and beauty, but I can't represent that anymore. And so that's what made me turn away from, like, I don't want to sell for anybody else. I should have my own product line and sell for me. Now, I didn't know what my product line was going to be. I had no idea. I just knew that what I was doing, I could not keep doing in that way. And so, yeah, that is how me having any type of like drive to do something solo started. And of course I was doing some other things too. But that's like, I was like, okay, I think in 2022, I started making my own body scrub at home because I was running through body scrub like nobody's business. I was basically like eating it in the shower. It was wild. And I was like, I'm running out of it so fast. Like, what's going to happen if I just get like in a pinch and I'm out of product? Like, can I go to the kitchen and make product? Like, wonder if I can do that. So I just started researching how to make certain things from home. And you guys, like, that's what it was. And it turned out really well, obviously, where we're at now. And that is how me having my own product line begun. Okay. So who knew that I would be so gung-ho to have my own thing going? Who knew? But anyways, I'm glad that I did it. It's been challenging, but I wouldn't trade it because I felt really controlled and limited to what I could do before. And that's not a good feeling with any job that you do. If you're doing any type of job and you feel like you're being watched through like, a microscope, like everybody's checking out every tiny little thing that you do. And you just feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm being micromanaged and everybody's unhappy with what I'm doing. I might have to do a little bit of brow product, y'all, just a tiny bit, because I just did that on my eyes and I feel like my brows need a little something. And then I would come home and I'd be stressed out with telling my husband about everything and then my best friends about everything. And then, the more we really like thought about it, I'm like, why am I even doing this? Like, what is going on? This is not healthy. And it was really messing with my mental health. And it was kind of like the threats for me. It was like, well, if you do this, this is going to happen. I'm like, what the heck is happening? So just because I just used my voice online and I would like say something the wrong way or put something in the description the wrong way or sell to a customer the wrong way. Like, I mean, it's just so weird. It was weird. So that's where I'm at now. And I have not looked back. I'm really thankful that I have somewhat of the drive that I have. I was like, I'm already doing content online. That's not new to me. I can just keep doing it. But I will say it was kind of like the cancel culture. I kind of got canceled online and I never thought about it that way until last year. And I hadn't really spoken about that out loud. I feel like I will at some point, maybe on my podcast. But I've like gone through that because people in that community, they would come for me in the comments. They would tell people not to watch anything that I did. I mean, it was really kind of terrible. And so I was like, wow, like who knew that it was such like a cult type of thing that I was a part of. But I'm very happy that I do things more independently now. And I'm glad that I do create my own brand, even though there are a lot of struggles that come with having your own brand. You have to front everything, obviously. You don't have anybody that can bail you out. You don't have a marketing team behind you unless you build to that. Different things that I know I will have eventually. And I'll tell y'all the things that I would love for the brand to have. I want a full-time marketing team where I don't have to create the content for social media. I want to be the person that is curating the product and like researching product with a team that can help me do that. And I want to talk about what I want social media to look like. I want to talk about how the messaging should look, and then I want other people to execute it. I just know at 39, I'm getting to a point where I'm kind of like, I know I can't do all of it anymore. It's really hard for me to try to keep up. And I've actually kind of thought about like, doing things differently going into next year, even maybe in the next couple months, transitioning a little bit. And, I feel like I focus a lot on my personal brand online when it's like, what's Amber Likens doing as a whole? Because whatever Amber Likens is doing, then of course my brand will do better. But I kind of, and I don't know, maybe I'll have a different outlook. So if you're watching this live later, email me. Just email me. My email is always in the description of things. Like you can have a way to contact me, but email me or DM me or something. But I'm like, I feel like all of my efforts and time need to go into my brand. You know what I mean? I feel like I have Dumbo ears right now. Like this headpiece is like doing too much. Maybe I just need to do this. Is that better? Probably not. I don't even know. Maybe I'll just take this thing off my head. I'm like, what is this thing even doing right now? And so I've been like tossing that up in my mind. Like I don't like sit on it for a while. I haven't marinated for a while. I haven't had any type of like discussion with my husband or my team. Like I have a very small team of people that I bring together, and I'm like, listen, I was like, let's talk about this. What do we think? And like really get some more eyes on the whole situation. But I really feel like anything that I'm growing, I'm like, let Amber Likens be the bonus and let LYK Buttah be number one. And I'm like, because I've been treating it the other way, like let Amber Likens be number one and then LYK Buttah like follows. So I don't know. I'm kind of having a hard time with that because, I create content for YouTube, which that is my heart. I can sit in front of a camera. Obviously, this one of the live content really comes in handy. I can sit in front of a camera and I can just talk about things that I'm passionate about. I can definitely do that or have knowledge on. And, I love that. And then I love making short form content because I make short form content because that's just, I enjoy consuming it. So I'm like, of course I want to make short form content for my people too. And then I feel like LYK Buttah kind of gets like what's left over of my energy. And I don't like that. I don't like that feeling at all. And so it's kind of exhausting. So it would be really cool to have some more hands on deck when it comes to my social media, because I don't want to go back into a position of like, I would love the product to be in a store, but I don't want to have the store. I don't know where that time would ever come from, because being a full-time mom, you're so limited. Like I could have a store, but I can't be there. I can't run it. Like I can do all the things, but y'all have got to be there and operate it. Right. And I can kind of like pop in and do things. Cool. Yeah. But I mean, you have to kind of be there in the beginning as a growing thing. I can't just like be like, good luck. Like, I hope my thing does well. I can't do that. So, drop off for school and then pick up for the school. I have a limited amount of hours. Those are my work hours, and it's always been that way. And then we have homework, and then we have sports. And, I know I can still have my brand be successful and do really great things with the limited time that I do have, but I do know I need some more hands on deck. So yeah, we're in that phase of figuring out what the operations of it looks like. Cause I do all of it. I do the website. I do any of the photo shoots, all the design stuff, any of the marketing online, the emails, the text blasts. Like I do all the stuff. And it just, you kind of hit a phase of kind of like almost burnout, and that's hard. So I don't want to hit that. And that's why I'm trying to like figure out, maybe I just need to put all of my energy into LYK Buttah, and then I am like the bonus on top of that, and just work on building that online, that presence, because as I build that, that's the moneymaker. So anyways, that is in a nutshell. I hope that kind of gave you some more perspective. Maybe, I don't know. if it did. But that's why I started the brand. That's kind of where we're at. That's the vision of moving forward. And yeah, cool. If you have any questions, always send them to me. I love doing that Q&A with you guys. I thought that was really cool. So if you have more questions, send them in. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I just got a little bit of makeup on the face. Nothing much. I'm going to do a tiny bit more concealer over here. And y'all. Oh, that's the wrong concealer. I was like, I'm going to do concealer on my nose. Not that shade. That's like my skin color. I don't want to do that down the center of the nose. I'll do it right here. But tell me how long, if y'all can in the comments, how long are your products lasting you? That's what I would love to know. I need to send a survey out to know like how long your body care lasts you, because that's really helpful. That's something that I do get asked a lot, like how long does everything last? In between like launches and stuff too. So it's like if I have a launch, maybe you need to get 3 of certain things so you know that they last you a good while. And then don't gatekeep. If you do love the products, share them with a friend and tell them. Then they can get on the email list, and when they're ready to purchase, they can do that too. They can get the text messages from us and stuff like that, so they're kind of aware. That would be really helpful for them, of course, and for the brand to kind of have more awareness. But the next product that I do want to develop, I want it to be something that's kind of like different, you know, that hasn't really been out there. And I don't know. So we're in the works of that. I don't want to do like same stuff everybody else does, you know, I like to be different in some way. So I'm excited to see what that ends up being, and what we end up releasing. All right, that helps my face a little bit. I was looking a little bit scary, honey. Scary. I'm just going to do a nude liner. Oh, the other day, do y'all remember me telling y'all that I batched that content? I was like, I need to go record some stuff. And that's what I mean. I like to batch because then it can go out on my channels, my social media, but I'm not like sitting down every single day doing it. And I also realized I don't need to post every single day, like a short video every day. That's a lot. I don't have to do that. Now, do I like to do that? Yes, I do like to do that, but I don't have to, and I need to remember that too. The value of the content is more than like the quantity of the product. So I'd rather post 2 great videos than 7 that don't hit. I'd rather post 2 that do really well. So yeah, that's also the stage that I'm at. So yeah, I think that's that. So yeah, I would love your input. Me putting more time and effort into marketing and social media for the LYK Buttah brand. So when it comes to, you know, the short videos that I post about them, because it would really just be like Instagram and then like the emails and the texts that I send out. That, and yeah, that would be the marketing. And then if I run an ad, what does that look like? And I've only done that a couple of times, and it definitely got some traction, but not like I needed. What that would look like, I think that looks really so much better. Wow. So much better. I look like I'm alive. I look amazing what concealer and some bronzer will do for a girl. Okay. For a girl. All right, let me do a little bit of blush. And I think, I'm going to do just like a really pretty shade here. This is a Benefit color, just a little color on the cheeks. Okay. What do we think? Nice. Nude lip, soft. Very cool, very cool. I think I'm done. I think I'll spray my face now. I use a couple different sprays, but one that I know is like locking it in is the one size. So I'm just going to get a little spray. That's good. And then if I feel like I need more hydration on top of it, then I do Dalba. So nice. And then that's it. Just a little hydration. Very good, very good. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's why I started the brand, you guys. The expiration date does end tomorrow. From the live streaming thing. So live stream 15 and you can get 15% off when you spend 50. So go check that out and enjoy. And I look forward to seeing y'all when I see y'all. No, also I will do I'm going to do a little shameless plug, okay? Because I can. My podcast that I do, I have 2 co-hosts, my husband and Courage. So having my best friend and my husband do that with me is great. Olivia would co-host with me if she lived here. I would force her. If you still on, she knows. She's like, I don't want to do nothing else. I get it. Listen, it's a lot. So, but we have so much fun. I think I have so much fun, but I know Courage really loves it when she comes. She's actually going to come tomorrow and we're going to record 2, I think, maybe 1. I don't know. We'll see how much time we have, but we have a lot of fun because we really just chit chat. She shows up like the celebrity and then she rolls out and then I do all the things on the backside. So she's like, this is great for me. And then, yeah, recording with Alan's fun because our conversations are really interesting. And then we did a lot of Q&A. So we answered a lot of like relationship questions. So that was funny. And so the audio releases tomorrow and then the video drops next week. They're always on Thursday. I know today's Wednesday. So they drop on Thursday and you can see that. And then, yeah, that's called Add Me to the Group Chat. I love the name because everyone wants to know what's happening in the group chat. Even if you're a silent participation like person, even if you're a silent participant, that's, I'm like, what is the word? In group chats and you don't like them, you always want to know the tea of what's happening, right? And I just think it is like a gossip session, our podcast. You never know what's going to be said. Facts. And it's a really good time. So yeah, listen out there, subscribe to that. I like producing content that I enjoy consuming. I love listening to a podcast that I don't have to always think. Like sometimes I just want to have an easy listen. I'm doing housework. I just want an easy listen. You know, I've been like in the office all day. I'm going to go like run down the road to run some errands. I just want an easy listen. I'm doing laundry, easy listen. Like sometimes, if I listen to things constantly that I've like, feel like I need a notebook or I got to go back and listen to it or save it or type while I'm doing it. Like sometimes I just can't do that all the time. And I want things that are easy. So this is a very easy listen. It's very funny. It's a good podcast to listen to with your husband or your significant other. So if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or something like that. And I mean, you just listen, it's a good time and any age except for kids. Like it is definitely an adult podcast because I don't want to hold back thinking, oh my gosh, little ears might hear this. Don't be having your kids. Listen, facts, put your headphones on and keep it moving. I'm like, there are some things I know I can listen to with my kids. And there's some things I'm like, they don't need to be listening to this. Like, it's fine. That's what it is. So that is that. And then, yeah, so go check that out and then go to LYK Buttah. And then of course, here I am, Amber Likens Online, always putting myself out there. I'm like, I'm always doing too much. I share too much. I say too much. I do too much. But anyways, I just want to simplify it. This coming like time in my life is my no season. I'm like, nope, I don't want to do that. Nope, I don't want to do that. And I kind of love that. So I'm embracing it and I'm just doing what makes sense. And I'm doing things that are not going to like cause stress to me and bring me over. Like, I don't want to be overwhelmed. I don't want to be overwhelmed. I like to be overwhelmed with things that are like I'm passionate about it because I never feel overwhelmed. I just feel like I can do it. So anyways, I hope you understand that. So give me some advice if you have it. You know, I like to take advice from people that have been there, done that, and that are seeing success in ways. So if you're not running a company, if you're not doing social media full time, sometimes it's hard for you to give advice in those areas. So maybe you don't have advice, but if you have any input like, hey, I would love to see more of this because I enjoy consuming content, then of course, feel free to share that as well. So I just don't want you to feel the pressure of like, what advice do I give? You don't have to give advice, but maybe like, yeah, do you just want to see more energy going into the LYK Buttah social media and content and marketing and all that fun stuff? Then maybe I just need to put all my energy into that and make that my first thing. And then whatever else happens, mine can get the back end. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So anyways, have a good day, you guys. Fun hanging out with you for this live series. Go shop, use the code because it will expire tomorrow. All right, see you guys. Have a good day. You're the best.